Good morning. I'm Brett Waters, one of the Operations Section Chiefs for the Northwest and Northeast zones of the August Complex. And I'm here today with your operational update. As you remember yesterday, we were dealing with red flag warnings, which continues on till about 11 o'clock this morning. And as I brought up that this is going to be a good opportunity for a test of our control lines to see how well they're going to hold up to some direct winds. Well, the winds didn't come up as near as hard as we thought, which is good in one test and part of it. But the other part is we did have a test and all of our control lines did hold real well. Allowed us to continue to make more progress in making those control lines even stronger so that as more winds come in the future, that we're going to hopefully be able to withstand those big pushes. The weather is forecast for Sunday and Monday to have more winds and higher winds. So we continue to make progress to be able to hold those. So I think we're really sitting in good shape. So we'll go ahead and start with an overview of the fire. I'll start down in the south end, right by the Mendocino County line. And in our Echo division, we haven't seen any activity in there at all. We're just patrolling that by air as needed. Things are still real good, nothing around the perimeter that's going to come out, just some interior islands that every now and then kind of pop up. As we get into our Division Alpha in our Bradburn Creek drainage, there's some small, you might see some smoke coming out of there every now and then, some small pockets of unburned timber, quite a ways interior, are just kind of cleaning up as they get a little wind, as it heats up enough, then all of a sudden you'll see 2 or 3 or 4 trees that will torch out and then it goes away. And they're well interior, not causing any effect towards the line. So we're continuing to tighten up that line so that we can get that turn black and show full secure line. As we move up into our Division Bravo, in the West Fork of Van Dusen, that's holding real well too. We've actually been able to increase some of our containment in there, really solid. The last couple of days, that little test of wind we had yesterday, that northeast wind was really testing these 2 sections of our line. It's held out real well. As we kind of move up to the north in our Charlie, Delta, and Echo divisions, we're full on no heat along those lines at all. So we're rehabbing those dozer lines, which is putting some water bars on those lines. So as you get that runoff, it's not going to create a big erosion issue. As we continue to move north up up towards Miller's Place, we're building some contingency lines in our Division Gulf, and that's been working real well. We will have our contingency line for the forest done up to what we call drop point 174, which is just a place where we put stuff. We call it a drop point. That's where we put stuff, so we know that supplies that have to go to the line, that's where they'll be located. We're going to have that all done by end of shift tomorrow. So that's going to be good shape. Left for the forest is contingency line in case, there's future fires in that area. As we are moving towards the east, Irish Mountain area and the Bear Wallow area, still some heat in there. Some of that area is just really, really steep country. Can't put anybody in safely. But those lines are all holding, so we're continuing to secure those lines wherever we can get folks onto. They're holding well, no movement. Forest Glen area hasn't seen any movement. We've got some trees that are by the recreational cabins which are coming down, so we're going to help snag in that area, working with PG&E to make sure that some of those hazards, we can get those hazard trees out of there so everything's going to be safe for everybody getting back in. And then as we continue around to the Big and Thumb area, where we've got two little areas, we're getting more progress on both of those to secure those lines so they're not going to go anywhere. So we feel real good about this in the next couple of days that's going to be pretty well turned black. And then and this little pooch out here that we show in the old buck fire, not moving at all. And so it's just kind of been sitting there. We continue our night operations, which last night, we always love it when night ops is kind of bored. They've been patrolling, haven't seen much for smokes at all. No hazard trees coming down last night, which was good. So they're in really good shape. They've I just heard this morning along the 1506 road, Ruth Lake, that there was a tree came down. So it and it hit the guardrail, did some damage to that guardrail. It's just a really good reminder that those trees are weakened from the fire. And so when we do have some wind, or just over time, they get weaker and weaker, and the soils around those are weaker, and then they can come down. So it's a good reminder to please, as everybody goes back into their forest to enjoy them and recreate and move back to their homes, to really watch for those trees which have been involved in the fire, that they can be dangerous. Be careful around them, always be watchful, and then if you see that it looks like they're weakening more, let us know if we're still here, or the local forest know to come help. So that's your update for today. We look forward to another really great, successful day. Temperatures lower, winds lower, little cloud cover, going to give us a great opportunity to make more success on this fire. So thanks, and have a good day.